This is Dina Clark. I am on location at the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are in the specially insulated indoor firing range, highlight of the FBI tour, which last year attracted nearly 500,000 persons. Here the visitor can see the most extensive reference collection of firearms in the world. Watch ballistics experts at microscopes studying the flattened curve of a murder bullet, and see laboratory technicians analyzing a thread, a strand of hair, a stain, clues that lead to the capture of criminals. I would like now to introduce Special Agent Paul Cajigas. Agent Cajigas is in charge of this firing range.
Good evening, Miss Dina. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
You're enjoying yourself.
Thank you. Of course we are. And we expect to enjoy ourselves even more.
Good.
I understand that you are the one in charge of all the shooting that the agents do here in this building.
That's right. All of the agents that work in this building come down here, and we train them about 2 hours every morning before the tourists come in, and then we spend the rest of the day shooting for the tourists.
I see. I wonder then, since you are in charge, could I ask you to initiate our own private demonstration now?
I'd be happy to. We have Special Agent Lee Anderson who'll do the firing for you today.
At close range, a sidearm from the hip. Fast, 6 rounds, but accuracy's there. Now he'll move the target further away while he's reloading his weapon for a second series of shots. With the target further from the shooter, it's more difficult to hit any one particular area, so you'll notice he will adjust his shooting position so that it's more suitable to the greater distance. Still rapid fire. Still accurate. Automatic rifle next. A 30-round magazine. And from the shoulder, several rounds, one at a time. First fire, 2 or 3 at a time. Final burst.
Well, it's very exciting and really terrifying. I would certainly hate to be on the wrong end of any one of those guns.
Well, Dina, I'm sure you never will be.
Well, I hope not. I'll tell you I'm going to be a good girl. Agent Cajigas, tell us, I understand that you receive very, very special instructions as to when to shoot and when not to shoot those guns.
Oh, definitely. We use firearms as a last resort, strictly a last resort. We only fire to try and save someone's life. You, the innocent person, the police officer, or the agent himself can only fire when he feels that a life is in jeopardy.
Well, thank you so much. It's easy to see why you special agents are so special. Thank you for letting us come.
Come back again, Miss Dina.
Thank you.
Like to have you.
Thank you.
War between nations comes and goes. War between the law and the lawless is universal and without end. Statistically, an FBI agent will be attacked somewhere today. He must be prepared to respond.
Now we'll move the target farther away and with the target farther.
Paul Cajigas has been an FBI weapons instructor for 15 years. He loves his work and hates violence. When he retires, he will work for a religious organization.
Fire still active.
I think Scripture says that each man has the right to defend himself. And certainly the Constitution of the United States gives us the right to bear arms. And I wouldn't take that right away from anyone. But there are many people who would like to take the life of a law enforcement officer. And in those circumstances, we must be prepared to be the winner.
Many times a day, he demonstrates his skill to those who tour the FBI headquarters, a $500,000 a year. There is no law enforcement weapon with the glamour of the Thompson Machine Gun. It was first manufactured in 1928 out of production line at Police Building. This outfit made again because of its specific need for law enforcement agencies. It is an awesome weapon when fired by an expert, which I am not.
When agents are trained to use their weapons for one that is to save a life. When it's a situation of dire necessity, all else has failed, and someone's life is in the balance, then an agent is instructed to use his weapon. We are basically bullseye shooters, so we try and always shoot for the center of the bullseye or the center of whatever we can see.
This half hour of today, a guy who can sure shoot straight, and he'd better because he's doing it in front of a lot of tourists on the FBI tour down in Washington. We'll take a look at one of the greatest marksmen in the country, and it's his full-time occupation. 8 minutes before the hour, we're going to take a look now on cross country at one of the greatest marksmen in the land. Gene Chalice's been waiting for this all morning long.
Man.
This is the crack shooter for the FBI. This is a guy who stands by at the FBI headquarters in Washington. The tourists see him working regularly, and he likes it very much. 4 years, as often as 25 times a day, 5 days a week. This marksman that we're about to see startles the tourist with his skills. So let's get a report on that now.
Was must listening back in the old days of the FBI and Peace and War, and you can't help but remember that tremendous opening that they used to have, advertising lava soap, and the drum beat would come in there and the marching feet, and you'd hear L-A-V-A, dum 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 da dum.
Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action.
Good morning. Welcome. I'm Paul Cajigas, assigned to the Firearms and Physical Training Unit at the FBI Academy. First of all, we have an indoor range in this building for two purposes. First, to give firearms demonstrations to those of you who have come here to take our tour and see what we're doing. We also feel there is only one reason to use a weapon in law enforcement. That is to save a life. Now, with that last thought still fresh in your mind and possibly lingering, we'd like to shoot for you today, first at close range, a sidearm. Now, at ranges this close, we train to shoot from the hip.
Oh, the way those bullets went. Oh, scary.
Could you shoot like that?
Easy.
Basically, I'm afraid of guns because it's so easy to become so familiar with them that you treat them as if they are not dangerous weapons. As soon as you become friendly with a weapon, you're liable to get hurt. And I have a reverent fear of firearms. I've done a lot of shooting, of course, but I don't believe I've ever fired a weapon in anger. No, never fired it in anger. I'm strictly a paper shooter. Only a ballistics hole puncher. First fire, 2 or 3 at a time. Final burst. My recollection of the FBI in Peace and War story was that the ending was almost exactly like the beginning.
The FBI in Peace and War was brought to you by
L-A-V-A, L-A-V-A.
Dum, 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 da, dum. Corn. You rascal, you're just bound to get that thing in there, aren't you?
not only a marksman with a gun, but he's also a marksman in terms of how he identifies our producer in Washington, Ray Farkas, a certified rascal, if ever I knew one. 3:30 before the hour now.